Hi there, and welcome to Solforge Friday, Week 5. This week we have our first live rematch. Let's get to it. Okay, so we're playing a rematch against Walkingeye today. He's a great player, and it's a good thing to play against people who are better than you generally, and I consider him so. He's built better decks. He seems to be in command of the game pretty well, so we're going to have a rematch and see if the new deck that we've built is any better. We're going to lead with this Orban Battle Droid, and this deck is a new deck. This is completely alloyin, so you'll see that we've posted a deck list with this week's episode. That should really give you an idea of what we're working with now, but we've gone completely alloyin. We actually picked up another legendary in one of our packs that has some synergy. It's a robot that can double its attack. We're looking at his creatures because we haven't played against Tempest much, and you know, it seems to be less popular than some of the others, but it can be very fast, and I think Walkingeye is out to show that it can be played well if by the right pilot. So we're going to attempt to keep the damage off of us, and also to outclass creatures with some nice big threats. You'll see the Orban Warwalker is the robot we were talking about that can double its damage. Each turn, once you begin to activate it, it can double its attack power. With things like Warmonger mod, there's some synergy there. So with the alloyin general here, we've got just blocking power on the Flame Blade champion. We're really trying to outclass his creatures at this point and make them. I would assume they'll be smaller, so make him really work to keep up with some of our bigger threats, and possibly he can't kill some of those. Let's see what happens here. We're having some buggy things go on with the client, so you might see some slowness. It's been happening lately on recording and off. It seems to be intermittent problem, but I'm not quite sure what causes it. So, all right. So here, I think we probably just play the War Charger in each spot. Be nice to get that squadron online, but really we need to kill some of these creatures. He seems to have some burn spells that can get rid of our threats pretty quickly, so we will go ahead and put the two Ionic War Chargers down. This deck has all alloyin in it, so it allows us to play some of the more beneficial alloyin cards. The tech upgrades are great. You've seen them before, but adding that armor and power is really great. You know, the attack power being beefed as well as giving it protection is a really nice mix. He's, I believe, burning our battle droid. Again, we're seeing some weird bugs. I think he burned the battle droid with the movement from the Flame Blade champion, but we are seeing some buggy-ish play here. It's very slow. This card is very interesting. It deals damage to all your creatures if it deals damage to you. So maybe it dealt that one directly to my battle droid with it and bypassed the armor somehow. That's interesting. So, I mean, we'll kill things off and we'll try and retake control. We're at 80 to 92, so he's taken 8%, I've taken 20. I do feel fairly strong about that. Excuse me, took a drink. Okay, so the Stormforged avatar seems like it's probably going to be the biggest issue. Well, and the fact that just died from a spell. With the bugginess, I'm not going to go back and check the game log. I'll trust that whatever he cast killed us. And we can look into the Tempies soon. I think we may do some series on some of the other factions as well. We've pretty much highlighted alloyin very heavily here, and I'm not in any way biased towards it. In some other decks I play on my main account, my personal one, that's really got some fun interactions with the Utera and all sorts of things. But you know, what I will mention is that the reason we're fairly heavily alloyin is we're keeping this account completely free to show how much you can do with a completely free account. So So he's got a couple of these Stormforged avatars out, and those are great. I mean, they come out. He's clearly playing a fully Tempe's deck because those come out 7/7 each time. Um, they get a bonus for each card of that faction in your hand. We're still outclassing him pretty well though. Everything we seem to put out has some staying power, and we should be killing creatures pretty regularly. We're at 4-1 here, 62-81. We're really, going solid. That's not to say that this game is won yet, but I will say 62% versus 81%. We've done you know a real good job of putting him in a tough place. Uh, One thing it's with the bugginess maybe going on for Walkingeye too. He plays pretty quickly when he plays with me, but doesn't make many mistakes. And I think one of the things that's beneficial about that particular strategy is that I'll try to play at that same pace and make many mistakes. So I will try to slow down sometimes when I'm playing. Okay, so he's gonna bolt our general, the smaller one. He's going to hit our larger general for quite a bit, and it looks like we're going to lose that one. And we didn't get a nice class of creatures. I'm not really sure what the play here is. I think we're going to get the squadrons involved so that we may kill with one, and then the other one will probably stay alive to be able to play some free robots. That's the idea. So once we battle here, we don't kill that Rageborn Hellion. That is sort of an issue. But again, 45-74, that comfort level is... maybe that's a bad thing. We'll see. So when a creature, and I believe Rageborn Hellion is a creature, so when it deals damage, it's giving, 2/2. And when Ashurian Mystic deals damage, it gets bonuses too, so that's going to get larger. And now the only thing we have is our Arcflight Squadron. I'm glad we have that so we can get a 3-card play off of this, which is going to be the War Charger and another War Charger on the side here. And then we're going to battle and put the War Charger in its place after. Yeah, we did not play that in any way properly, I don't think. We covered this War Charger thinking that it was the bugginess that was going on here, and it wasn't. We didn't count correctly. We could have had that War Charger in a proper spot where it would have been able to do some damage. That was a misplay. Ooh. That was a costly misplay too. He's gains quite a bit from that. Well, we still have our 9 to put through, and we still have a 10-point lead, and it's going into the nasties. We don't have the card. I'm sorry. The nasties is what I call when the 3s start coming out, because they are just always just nasty creatures to see. When the level 3 creatures begin coming out, I've begun referring to it as the nasties. You're welcome to adopt or dislike that term as you will. We've got no creatures to class with his right now, so we want to block the most damage possible. We also, goodness, we want to kill off the Magma Hound, so now we're actually going to place it in front of the larger threat and put the 11 through 32-53. We're working him down, but you never want to get too comfortable. I think we're starting to solidify here, but I've seen things go. Yeah, see, he's got a lot of removal spells, and getting rid of a full creature like that is really a problem for us. So now here comes 11 right through to us. Well, no. I'm sorry. He had already attacked. That's correct. Okay. So getting back online, we've got the Sparkbot and the alloyin general up. That's fantastic. To his 1 Magma Hound. He does get 2 plays here. Let's hope it's nothing that can class with this. Well, he can kill the Sparkbot. That's frustrating. And he puts 10 through immediately. Goodness. Okay, so 32-28. This game has turned sour, if you will, quickly. Phew, goodness. Alright, we're going to try and kill off this Magma Hound. I think with the general, yeah, that's going to be the best play there. That gives us more beef, puts more damage through. Be nice to kill that Mystic, but it's not going to happen. So we'll put the largest amount of damage through, which is the Spark Bot for 5, 6, 7, because of the alloyin general. Now we've got 16 to his 8, but again he has 2 more creatures coming. I have 28 life to his 24. This is a real nail biter, if you will. This is going to get nasty. We of course are playing our level 3s. We want to put as much damage through with as much threat. He also has got his level 3s out. Let's see. Flameblade Champion is his legendary. I'm fairly sure at level 3 that thing does some very bad stuff if we get damaged by it. It will probably sway the game. 18 damage is what he's showing. We have to block both of them. Oh my. We have 14 armor on that one. We have 18 here. I mean, Now I believe that's going to be our biggest misplay right there. If the Flameblade Champion works the way I believe it does, it's going to deal 12 damage to us and 12 damage to our creatures. The Battle Droid is going to die if it works the way and we're about to find out. This experiment's coming to fruition. Yes. Okay. Well, that is going to be the game. He's going to win there. That's, you never let your guard down, I guess. Okay. Thank you to Walkingeye for coming and sparring with us this week. Really appreciate having a good, solid opponent to play against like that. We won't subject you guys to more losses next week, I promise. We'll probably look at another faction. So thank you guys for coming out to SteamGameFans.com each week and checking out the Solforge Friday segment. Really appreciate it. Make sure to check out all the articles on Steam Game Fans. There's tons of great stuff about what's going on Steam, and it's always right up to date, sometimes before you know it anywhere else. So thanks again for coming. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.